Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Last week, we talked about the SaaS revolution and the rise of micro companies powered by AI. I was pleasantly surprised by your responses, but I also noticed a lot of denial about AI. Today, we're addressing that and discussing why probability thinking is crucial in this AI-driven world. But first, let me be clear. If you're in denial about AI happening, this channel might not be for you. We're here to discuss non-0% outcomes and prepare for the future, not bury our heads in the sand. Okay, so the denial is essentially assigning a 0% probability to AI's impact. And that's a dangerous bet. But if you accept that the chance of AI happening and impacting our lives is non-zero, even if you think it's small, then stick around. We're going to discuss how to navigate in this new landscape using probability thinking. Think about it this way. Even if you believe there is 1% chance of AI taking your job or disrupting your business, isn't it worth it to acknowledging that possibility? Especially when the potential impact could be so massive. So what exactly is probability thinking? At its core, it's about considering multiple possible futures and assigning likelihoods to each. Instead of trying to predict one specific outcome, we're preparing for a range of scenarios. For example, Elon Musk is known to think everything is in percentages. So, in the context of AI and SaaS, this means, identifying potential AI developments and their impacts, then estimating the likelihood of each scenario, assessing the potential consequences for your business, and lastly, preparing strategies that work across multiple scenarios. This approach helps us to make more informed decisions, especially in the rapidly evolving tech and SaaS industries. It's not about being right all of the time. It's about being prepared for various possibilities. Let's break it down with a simple example. Say you're developing a new product, software, SaaS product. Instead of assuming that AI won't impact your industry, 0% chance, or that it will completely revolutionize everything, 100% chance. You consider multiple scenarios. For example, first, AI enhances your development process, let's say 70% probability. AI automates certain development tasks, increasing competition, probably 50-50. And lastly, AI completely changes the way software is built and maintained. I don't know, 10 to 20% chance. And by considering these scenarios and their probabilities, you can make more nuanced decisions about your product development, marketing strategy, and resource allocation. Now, let's dive into two example scenarios for SaaS micro companies. First, AI enhances developer productivity by 100%. I would say it's 50% chance. The impact is faster development cycles and potentially lower costs. And what can you do about it? Invest in AI development tools, maybe coach or train your team. And the second example here is, let's say regulations slow down AI adoption in SaaS significantly. Non-zero, maybe 5 to 10% chance. The impact is delayed AI integration, potential compliance challenges, And what can you do about it? Stay informed about regulatory developments and be prepared, be ready to pivot. But yeah, those are just examples. But once you have identified the likely possibilities, you can or we can start discussing their probabilities and timelines. So instead of making unproductive comments like AI is useless or AI will replace all developers, think about answers to questions like, what do you think about these scenarios? Are these probabilities too high or too low? What other possibilities should we consider? By engaging in this kind of thinking, you open up valuable conversations about the future of your industry. You're preparing yourself and your company for multiple possible outcomes. Okay, let me share you a story that illustrates the danger of denial. Back in the early 2000s, a friend of mine, the friend's dad, ran a successful local electronics store. When web stores started gaining traction, I suggested he consider creating an online presence. But his response was like, people won't give their credit card information online. They will always want to touch and try products before buying. And fast forward a few years, his business basically was just struggle. And at the end of the day, he was eventually forced to close the shop. The lesson here is by denying the potential impact of new technology, he missed the opportunity to adapt and thrive in the changing landscape. This example isn't just about retail. It's directly applicable to the tech world. So if you're in denial about AI's potential impact on software development and distribution, you're kind of setting yourself for failure. But if you're willing to consider these possibilities and their probabilities, you're already ahead of the game. So, how do I apply probability thinking to my own decision making? It's a dynamic process that involves several steps. I'll start by identifying possible future scenarios relevant to, let's say here, SaaS and AI, assigning rough probabilities based on trends and analysis. Then I'll just assess each scenario with the potential impact to or on my business, asking critical questions about product and market effects. This analysis guides me in development or developing flexible strategies that work across multiple scenarios, like investing in AI skills and tools. The key is to avoid decisions that only work in one specific future, and instead focus on approaches that provide value in various potential outcomes. And crucially, I never stop learning. In our fast-moving field, I'm constantly updating my knowledge, reassessing the probabilities, and adjusting strategies. Because what's true today might not be true tomorrow. So let me give you a concrete example how I've applied this thinking. Remember one of my last videos I talked about micro companies leveraging AI? That wasn't a random prediction. It came from this decision-making process. Here's how I broke it down. First, I saw high probability for AI doubling developer productivity within the next few years. I considered the likelihood that small teams would soon strip down enterprise suites and rapidly develop complete products from individual features. At the same time, I estimated a lower probability of large tech companies fully leveraging AI to maintain their competitive advantage. Based on these probabilities, I believe that small, agile teams can compete with tech giants. This also led me to consider strategies that micro companies could use to leverage AI effectively, especially in the specialized areas where competitors are too small to target individually, but too numerous to ignore. The result is a rise in AI-powered micro companies that can deliver sophisticated SaaS products with minimal resources. They're nimble, efficient, and able to compete in markets previously dominated by large players. At least that's what I'm betting on. And the chance of me being wrong is never 0%. But one crucial aspect of probability thinking is being ready to adapt as new information comes in. Let's say you initially assigned a 20% probability to AI-generated code becoming production ready within a year. But then you see rapid development or advancement in AI coding tools and LLM models. You might want to reassess and increase that probability to 50, and change should trigger a re-evaluation of your strategies. Maybe you decide to allocate more resources to AI coding tools, or adjust your hiring strategies to focus more on AI integration skills, or reevaluate your product roadmap to leverage AI generated code where you can. But the key here also is to stay flexible and be willing to pivot based on changing probabilities. This approach helps you stay ahead of the curve and positions your micro companies to take advantage of emerging opportunities. To sum up, the probability thinking isn't about eliminating uncertainty. It's about making the best decision possible with the information we have. It's about preparing for multiple futures, staying flexible, and giving yourself the best chance to thrive in this exciting AI-driven era. This approach has served me well in navigating the choppy waters of entrepreneurship, and I believe it can help you too. So embracing the probability thinking, you're positioning your SaaS micro company to ride the AI wave rather than be swept away with it. So are you already using probability thinking in your business? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. And see you on the next video. All right? Bye.
In my mind from dawn till night, chasing that bag, gotta get it tight. Robin's in the zone, working till it's right. Fresh lines, clean design, cash flow in sight.